This is Bandon Dunes Golf Resort. It's on every golfer's bucket list, and it's on Golf Magazine's top 10 list year after year. Now, if you're a golfer, you know about Bandon. If you're not a golfer and you live with a golfer, that dude is probably siphoning off a good portion of the kid's college fund and planning a trip with his dumb buddies in the very near future that you don't know about yet. So, I was down there with my buddies, and I was in the gift shop, and I saw the poster on the wall of Bandon Dunes Golf Course, and I thought to myself two things. I'm not paying $180 for that. And number two, I can make one way better. So I got my copy of Arc Pro fired up and see if I can make a watercolor poster of Bandon Dunes Golf Resort. So let's get into it. This is Carto-Madness. Okay, as always, we'll start with a fresh, unmolested copy of Arc Pro. And we'll go to Living Atlas and type World Imagery. And we'll take the first one. And when it comes in, we will see that Bandon is down here on the southern Oregon coast, right about there. And I've set a bookmark already to get us there quickly. And here's Bandon. There's 6 courses out there, this amazing place. But we are concerned about Bandon Dunes, this one right here. And specifically, number 1, tee box, fairway, and green. So I've taken the liberty of adding 5 feature classes: fairway, greens, ocean, rough, and tee box that we will use. And so now we can go ahead and start sketching our fairway. And use the sketch tool right here, is really great. Just click it once and then fly around where you're sketching. And golf courses are pretty freeform anyway, so don't worry about being exactly on the money, especially out here at Bandon, because it's Scottish style. In some places it's kind of difficult to distinguish between rough and fairway, but this is a golf course. So we'll just trace. Pretty close. Okay, so here's the fairway. And let's do the same thing with a green. So now with my symbology, when I'm tracing, I like to turn off my fills and make my stroke a little bit more obvious. So let's create a green using the same sketch tool. Sketch tool is great because once you finish, it makes really nice smooth curves for you. And do the same thing with tee box. And let's create a tee box. Same sketch tool. Bandon has several tee boxes for each hole. This one is for the real golfers. This one is for like the Joe Six-packs like me. Up here is for the ladies. I'm just guessing at these. I could be making it up. And it's for the juniors if you choose to bring children to Bandon Dunes. So we'll turn our symbologies back on. And we'll see that we have a bunch of overlapping polygons. And we want our symbology to stand alone in its own polygon. So we need to go ahead and cookie cutter all those out. In the overlay tool set, there's a great tool called Erase. And so if we go up to our toolbox and look for Erase, there it is. Let's fire that up. And we can put our fairway in the input, put our greens in the erase features, our cookie cutter. And because we are clever and original in our naming conventions, we'll call it Fairway 2. And once we run that, we can see that if we turn off original fairways and our greens, we'll see that we cut that out nicely right out of our fairway. So let's do that again. Put Fairway 2 in there, and then tee box in our cookie cutter erase features, and we'll call that Fairway Final. And when that's finished, Can turn off our fairway 2 and our tee box to see that it is indeed cut those out of the fairway as well. So let's do a little housekeeping in fairway 2 and fairway. We can erase those, get them out of our way. And we can turn off our world imagery. And we can go to the bottomless pit of cool data and type watercolor and go to watercolor paper texture. And if we add that, we'll see that our background is now like a watercolor paper. Ah, super cool. Likely taken from a photograph, but looks great. We'll use it. Now I'll start monkeying with our fairway symbology, our golf course symbology. My wife is a watercolor artist, so I watched her do a drawing the other day, and they hand sketch out with a pencil kind of the outline of their subject. So we'll turn our black line to 80% black, and we will add a effect called wave. And so let's go back up here and let's start dialing this in. So look at our dash effect, give it a dash of, let's see, what shall we do? Let's 6 on, 2 off, or 3 off, 9 on, 1 off, 12 on, 4 off. And so, okay, so I'm gonna approximate randomness and turn our waveform to random. Looking good. It's still a little too wavy for me, so let's turn our amplitude down to 1. And our period nice and long between those crests of 20. There we go. Looking good. So still have some work to do here on this pencil sketch outline. So let's copy this 2 times. So we can remove our dash on that second one. Amplitude, make that a little higher again, and 12 period. So there you go. A little bit better. Also, let's offset these like 0.5 just to get them outside of our color, as well as turning the width to 1 on all of these. Okay, that's looking kind of pencil sketchy, I suppose. Let's turn off on this last one, turn our dashes off, and mess with the amplitude and period 2 and 10. Okay, I like it, pretty good. It's going to look really good when we put in a layout. So now in the middle, this is a picture fill. Let's use a picture fill. And I went out to Esri blog and found a watercolor PNG, and oops, it's no color at all, but we can use tint. Since it's white, we can use tint to make it any color we want. This color, like an olive color. That's pretty good. And let's go ahead and copy that, see what happens. Ooh, it looks even better, right? Yes. So let's go ahead and brighten that up a little bit. There we go, a little bit more green. I like it. Okay. Now watercolors tend to pool at the edges, so let's copy this stroke layer and make it a gradient stroke. And let's turn that gradient stroke from this green at 50% transparent to also green at 100% transparent. Kind of a more blue in that green, right? So let's make that wide so we can see it. Make it about a 12. 12, yeah. And, uh-oh, that's pretty ugly. Oh, it's the dash type. So we got to make it continuous. Also offset that half of our width to get it just inside. There we go. And then let's change our amplitude to, yeah, okay. and 10. Okay, that looks pretty darn good, I'd say. So now let's save it to a style, so we can use all of these settings in the rest of our drawing. And then we call it My Golf Course. Excellent. So let's go ahead and do the same with the greens. So go to Gallery. My Golf Course is here. And go to Properties. And same colors, but let's make it different colors. Just to distinguish, just for fun. So let's make this a little bit more yellow. So let's go like lemongrass color, which is, I think, likely this one, yeah. And a leaf, leave that leaf green. Okay, a little more yellow. And then let's change our gradient stroke. And we will change that from 2, this green, a little more aqua color, right? 50% transparent. Same thing on the other end. Same, 100% transparent. And there we go. Subtle but distinct difference in the greens and the fairways. All right. Lastly, we'll work on the tee box. Same thing. Let's go to Gallery, My Golf Course. And let's... Now, tee boxes get a lot of traffic. Everybody starts on the tee box. So let's make that a little worn looking, a little more tan color, a little brown. Bandon does a great job of keeping everything really nice out there, but just to be different. Let's start with like a lichen green. Yeah. And then really let's change our gradient stroke to more of a tan, a brown color like this one right here. Good. And then same thing other side, but 100% transparent. Yep. And there we go. Nice. Very good. Okay. We'll take it. Really good. Okay. Well, a big part of the golf experience at Bandon is golfing along the beautiful Pacific Ocean. So let's make an ocean. Let's go here and use our same sketch tool and sketch the ocean. There we go. Okay, cool. Turn off our imagery and clear our selection. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. Go to our gallery, My Golf Course. Good deal. So let's go ahead and get rid of one of these picture fills and go ahead and turn that picture fill blue, like a Morea blue is probably likely going to be good. Let's see. It's, yeah. Yep, pretty good. But let's double that up and see what happens. Yep. Oh, that's so good. Great. I like it. Now I have to turn the beach from a lawn to deep blue sea. So let's go, instead of greens in our gradient, let's go to and use a blue color. Again, I think Morea blue. Is it Morea? I can't remember. And then the same blue over here. 100% transparent. And good, we got a nice blue calm ocean. Let's turn our width down just a little bit. And same thing with our offset. Let's offset off the beach just a little bit, like that. Oops, wrong way. -4. Just half of our width, right? Yeah. Good deal. Nice looking ocean. So let's then, what's an ocean without some waves, right? So let's copy that. Let's make a couple of waves. So let's make this white, 0 transparent white to 100% transparent white. And now we have some waves, kind of. Change the width. And our offset a little bit. And then go down here and we can do a dash on this. And so let's go 30, 3. Yeah, there we go. Okay, looking kind of random. Change our period to 8. A little bit more. And just because we can't leave it alone, let's make another copy. Make one more set of waves quickly. Stick with me. And let's make that just the slightest blue. Just barely. Yep. And then we'll go over here. Same blue, but 100% transparent. And we say OK. And let's offset that back a little bit. It's like a 9. Oh, and we see that our symbology has duplicated its so-called randomness. So let's change the randomness. Let's flip that a little bit and say like 18, 30, and 3 on. Yeah, okay, that's looking pretty good. I like it quite a bit. Just a little bit more tweaking with the amplitude, not so much, and 25 periods. So there you go. That looks pretty random to me. All right. Okay, let's go back to this one. What hole is this anyway? Well, let's put an indicator on it. So we want to add another feature class. And we'll call that fairway indicator. And we'll make that a line. And we will add one little field to it called fairway, just to know which fairway it is, and we can label it using this. And there it is. And so as soon as it lets us, we will change the symbology just a little. Change that to gray and a dash. And even though I hate using everything out of the box, we'll take the out of the box 5 dash. And let's create a fairway indicator. From tee box to fairway to green. And we'll add fairway number 1. And let's label that. And we don't want to label shape length, but we do want to label fairway. And we want to orient that towards the bottom of the page. So let's pick centered horizontal. There we go. Now we go down here and grab a call out of a point symbol. And point symbols are, as I like to say, just polygons. So let's treat it as a polygon and make it a picture fill. And I went out to the interwebs and I got a picture of a golf ball. And if we make it a little bit bigger to totally encompass our number, you can see it's a golf ball, kind of. Doesn't have a very good outline, but we can fix that pretty easily by doubling that up and making it gray. And just a little bit bigger, 17. And now we have an awesome outline. Perfect. Great. So just duplicate all this 17 times and you'll have your favorite golf course with your favorite colors. And with just a little bit of adding, added the polygons for the rough, some titles, some personalization, and it looks pretty darn good. Enough to give copies to my golf buddies, which I think I will. Thanks for checking it out. Like, subscribe, please, and hit that bell so you know when I put another one up, and I will see you next time.